Yeah, get it. Oh, money shot! Money shot! Ooh, look at that egg roper, man. You can put out a civil rights riot with that meat hose. Jesus. Whoa. Slobber on it. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. What the fuck do you want, Alan?
Well, some of the fellows were saying how your lunch videos were distracting to the rest of the office.
Alan, everyone around the office knows that I have high-functioning OCD, okay? Everybody knows that if I don't eat a goddamn BLT at lunch and see some sucky and some fucky, I lose my mind. You know I have a medical condition, don't you? Or are you just an ignorant asshole? You know what I should do? You know what I should do? I should call my lawyer and have him sue you for every cent that you're worth until I own you so completely that the only way for you to repay your debt is to have your wife Liz give me a bumpkin every morning. Now get the fuck out of the office! Yeah, you can pretty much get away with whatever the fuck you want when you have a doctor on your payroll that'll diagnose you with anything. Now let's get into this week's picks. With my first pick this week, I'm taking Texas Tech +5 against Oklahoma. Oklahoma hasn't beat Tech in Lubbock since '03, and Tech's defense is putting up impressive, if not somewhat artificial numbers. Let's put it this way. I don't expect Oklahoma to disgrace Tech on their own field the way I did a few years ago while wandering the West Texas plains high on peyote.
9 carries in the middle.
Still, Abel doesn't even crack the top 5 weirdest things I've jerked off on while high on peyote. With my second pick, I like LSU to cover -2.5 against Florida in the Swamp. I expect LSU to come in and impose their will on Florida, like they're Zach Mettenberger out at a bar groping any woman he pleases. After I win on this pick, I'm going to take all the cash to a strip club and violate the no-touching policy in honor of Mettenberger's wandering hands. With my third pick, I'm taking Notre Dame -13 against Miami in the Windy City. Now, at first, I was a little hesitant about this pick, because usually combining wind and Notre Dame spells tragedy for the Irish. And even though Brian Kelly is a black-hearted rage monster with blood on his hands, the guy has finally put together a team. True story. One time, me and Kelly were taking court-ordered anger management classes together. Guy is a psycho. Every time somebody offered him constructive criticism, he would punch them in the dick. And then would hit the nearest woman in the face with a folding chair. And after that, he'd go around violently screaming at small children until he passed out from oxygen loss. Yeah, we still exchange emails every now and then. My fourth pick has me taking South Carolina to cover 2 points at home against Georgia. This game was incredibly hard to pick, so I did what I always do when I can't make up my mind. I got drunk and I got creative. I ended up combining my second and third favorite sports, cockfighting and dogfighting, in honor of this game. I decided that whoever won the interspecies throwdown that I held in Alan's backyard would be the team that I picked. Turns out that tricky little cock was more vicious than I thought. That crazy motherfucker started clawing the bulldog's eyes out. Then he just started strutting around like a proud rooster, leaving my Ugga stand-in bleeding out on Alan's porch.
Are you talking about that horrible animal fight you had in my backyard? You left the dead dog there. My neighbor saw it. Now I have to meet with the neighborhood association.
Alan, I already told you that everything that happened that night happened while I was sleepwalking. It's a medical condition, okay? You want to see the fucking papers?
Yeah, can you come to the meeting and tell them that?
No, Alan. I'm fucking busy that night.
I didn't even tell you what night.
Another pick, another huge matchup. West Virginia comes down to Texas in their first Big 12 road game in a matchup of undefeated teams. With my dick pick of the week, I'm taking the Longhorns at -6.5. Why? Because West Virginia is a third world country filled with crazy hill people. And the worst part is, I can't even tell the difference between the hill people and the hipsters anymore. So fuck them all. Oh yeah, and also, West Virginia has a terrible fucking defense. This has been another episode of Dick's Picks with yours truly, Dick Perry. Be sure to tune in next week and follow me on Twitter. But before I go, let me leave you with 2 bits of advice. First, you can sneak in booze to a football game if you want to. But what you should do is tuck a little sack of Coke up under your scrot. And then if security gets too close and starts touching on your Johnson, just scream rape. And second, if it floats, flies, or fucks, rent it. That is, of course, unless you're getting a sweet-ass deal on a triple-engine cigarette boat with badass flame decals. Wow!